Hello everybody in YouTube land. Today I thought we'd make a video of some emblems and trinkets I've scored off old cars and junkyards and various places around the world I've traveled. So first up is a Turbo Regal emblem. This is the hood ornament of a Turbo Regal. I think they stopped using these around 83 maybe, but whatever the case, it's spring loaded, it bolts to the header panel and la la la. I thought it was kind of cool. That one I actually bought off a guy a couple of years ago. But the rest of them I think are off junkyard cars. Here's one of an old Dodge Dart GT. I want to say that was a 65, 66, but I can't swear to it. It used to be, in the old days, you go to the junkyard, you pay like $2 for a yard pass, and you go in there and walk around and see what they had, but I'm not sure if they do that anymore. Here's one off an old Javelin. This is probably a early 70s, going by the font. Some of these cars I actually remember taking the emblems off of. I want to say this was like a purple colored Javelin, but I can't swear to it. It's been a long, long time. This one's off of Mercury Park Lane. My father actually owned this car. It was a 65 convertible. And the frame rotted, unfortunately, so he ended up scrapping it. It was super nice shape, just the frame was rotted. And back then, I mean, he paid $90 for the car. So back then, they didn't really have any value. So that's all that remains. This is a bracket I was making for something. These are 66 or 67 442 emblems. I used to know the difference. I can't remember anymore, but 66 and 7 had these style emblems. I think 65 did too, but I'm going to go with 66 because I had a 66 parts car I took apart. These are nasty and weathered. This one is a 66, I think, also. It's off that parts car. This one goes to the dashboard. It's kind of cool. If you take it, you can see the shadow in the back. It covers 2 slots in the dash where a switch would go, like for a convertible top or for power antenna. I should have plenty of Oldsmobile emblems to look at today. That's primarily what I do, is Oldsmobile crap. This one's off an old Merc Marquis from the 70s. These old land yachts they used to sell. This one I have no clue. I'm going to go with a Valiant. I don't know. I don't know who's got a big friggin' V. I don't really remember what this is off of. Isn't that terrible? It's got a long stud, so it definitely went through something long, like a grill, but I have no idea what this is. I don't see like a Chrysler Pentastar emblem. I have no clue what this fits. Well, something with a V, I guess. Let's go with Valiant. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. Isn't that funny? This is the mobile part off an Oldsmobile, which is probably a 98 or some kind of tank like that. This one is a Gremlin, AMC Gremlin. I had a Gremlin once. It was a cute little car. It didn't drive very well, but it was very cute. A friend of mine had one with a 390 in it. I think it was a monster. These are F85 emblems off a 61 or 2 F85. These are really cool looking emblems. Some of these really had class and stuff. I mean, these are nice shape too. I remember the car they were on. I lived in Melrose growing up, Melrose, Mass. And these are from Caps Auto Wrecking in Lynn. You guys are local and know what I'm talking about. Here's the other Park Lane emblem. That was a cool car, that Park Lane convertible. It had bucket seats, automatic on the floor, 394 barrel, AM/FM radio, had a tack on the console. Very cool car for a big car. It was a full-size Merc. This is the 225 emblem for an Electra 225. This is the 8 for an Oldsmobile 98. I know it's very exciting. There's better stuff in here, trust me. Alright, here is a 360 emblem for an AMC. I believe it's off that Javelin I took the Javelin emblem off of. For you AMC guys, it's kind of cool. Back in those days, you found all kinds of junk in the junkyard. Here's the other half of the Oldsmobile emblem. That's the Olds that goes with the Mobile, wherever I threw it. There it is. Ta-da! Oldsmobile. Look at that, huh? Okay. Here is another 442 dash emblem. I told you I have a slew of Oldsmobile stuff. If you notice, one has a rocket and one does not. So I'm sure someone watching this video is saying, oh my god, I need those emblems. I need that one emblem or whatever. The one without the rocket is a 391 935, looks like. And this one is a, getting old, I can't read crap, looks like 392 160. 165, 66 rather, and one is 67 because I had a bunch of dashboards at one point. So anyway, this is just a funky wing nut. Used to be able to buy these things at, you know, ADAP or parts stores. Just a 1/4 wing nut, kind of cool looking. Here is a Cutlass emblem, most likely off my 1970 Olds Cutlass SX convertible I had back in the 80s. I did tons of work to that car and ultimately beat the living crap out of it. And here is the SX portion of it. For those of you who don't know, the Cutlass SX was a 1970 and 71 model. It was basically a Cutlass Supreme with a 455 two-barrel engine and a 256 axle ratio. Later, I think after January 1970, they all came 4-barrel, which was the W32 option package. And then 71, they were all 455 4-barrel, I believe, which was also the W32 package. My car was an early 70, so it had a 455 2-barrel. That was a fun car. Used to cruise on the highway effortlessly at, like, you know, 80. This is the trunk badge off a Chrysler Imperial. This would swing, like, for your trunk lock, you'd swing it and put your key in, and I couldn't get it off, and I was a stupid kid and I broke it, so oh well. What else? Here is a Cadillac emblem off the nose of an old Cadillac. I'm saying it's the nose because it's V'd. So it'll probably come off the hood. This emblem. This emblem actually came off of a 67 or 8. I think it was a 67. Catalina. Or, yeah, Catalina with a 428. That was kind of cool. Look at that. Doesn't even have any threads cut. So it must have had barrel clips. Huh. Yeah, that was a cool car. This is a 400 emblem, which I believe is off a Pontiac. I couldn't tell you what Pontiac or where I got it, but it is off an old Pontiac. So let's say it's off of a, I don't know, Catalina, Bonneville, probably early 70s. It wasn't off of a GTO or a 400 Firebird. I remember that. This makes me sad. I have a pair of these. I'm sure I'll find the other one, but these were off a 66 Grand Sport that was in the junkyard. And I remember all that was left of the car was the hood with the scoops, the fake scoops, and these emblems. That's it. So I grabbed them. And again, for you Buick guys, that's a 760-2463, which should have been a 66 Grand Sport. I remember that car vividly because I don't like when muscle cars are in the junkyard. It makes me sad. So that one I remember. Here's a pair of Dart GT emblems. I'm going to go with 67 Dart. I really couldn't tell you. Some Mopar guy would know better than me. But the part number is 258-2375. And they also look like they had nuts on them. So I don't know how I got them. I don't know. If they're a matching pair, they both have a bend to them also. So no clue. I don't remember where I got them. I mean, I know it was in a junkyard, but I can't remember what part of a car they come off of, I should say. Here is a Toronado emblem off a mid-70s, probably Toronado. Remember those old front-wheel drive beasts Olds used to make back in the day? These are two-part. Here is the trim ring, and this is the light. These are off of the quarter panels of a 60, it's either a 69 or a 70 GTO. I want to say it was a 70, because my brother's friend Johnny parted out a 70 GTO way back, and I think I took these off it. But they go together like that. You know, it's the bezel and the inner light part. I have a pair of these, I think. If I do, I'm sure we'll see them. So. Here's a 350 emblem, which again is probably off of Pontiac. I don't see a part number, but let's go with Pontiac. These have bolt holes in them too. Wow. It must have been a pain in the ass to get these off. Toyota Corona, what the hell's that doing there? I must have been desperate for emblems that day. I don't know. Javelin SST, which again is off that probably same car. I recall the car being light purple. Maybe what I was thinking of was the purple in the letters here. I can't remember. It's been a long, long time. This is back in the 80s when I took all this stuff. So Let's see. Here's another emblem off my father's Park Lane. You see it says Park Lane right on it. That was a nice car. Too bad I met with a demise. It's a cool car. What else we got here? This is a 360 emblem, which is Mopar. You might wonder how I know the difference between the Mopar 360 and the AMC 360. I mean, clearly, they're all different types of vehicles. If you look at the font, some of the cars, I remember taking them off of. This one, I can't recall if it was a Cuda or a Charger or a Fury. I don't know. It's 360, and I believe it's Mopar. Yep, it's got the Mopar Pentastyle on the back, if you can see it. And also the part number is 3612450. And again, any Mopar guys will probably recognize it and say, I know that emblem, so. If you do, you're one up on me. And again, for Mopar guys, you're going to love this one. This is off a 69 Super B. This was not in the junkyard. This was a friend of mine had this and gave it to me. Supposedly his brother had a 69 Super B that got stolen and torched. Which, if you listen to his stories, every other car in his family got stolen and torched. So either they did a lot of insurance jobs or they had really, really bad luck and lots of enemies. But these are really cool. I mean, these are all filthy, but sitting in a box for all these years. But at least I have them protected and safe. This again is off that GTO. Probably the one I took that side marker light off. Little bend to it on the O, but it's there. Cougar, off of some old Mercury Cougar. Probably, late 60s, early 70s. Here is the other GTO side marker light I said I probably had. Surprise, I do. If I can get the emblem in. I'm doing this one-handed, sorry. I had made this video like 3 or 4 times in the past, and I was using my tripod and trying to bring the items to my bench and video them, and inevitably I would go like this. Oh, look at this emblem, and I would watch the video go, pull the emblem down, moron. Pull the emblem down, I can't see it. So it's frustrating the crap out of me, so I said, you know what? I'll just do it freehand today, and I'll do the best I can. So, yeah, this is, I want to say 70 GTO. I don't know. Someone a little better than me. I mean, it says Guide 24 SAE PI 69, which means it was made in 69. So for a 70 GTO, that would make sense. But I'm not an expert, so I'm not swearing that it is. So Mopar guys, again, this is off a Charger RT. This was a 71 and up Charger RT. I remember taking it off saying, wow, it's plastic. How friggin' cheap can you get? Look at it. Boing, boing. But, it works. I believe this is off the dashboard of a 71 or 2 Charger RT. Whatever the other stopped making them. Obviously, it was that or before. This is the Electra, off that Electra 225, but I had the 225 earlier. Well, this is the Electra part. This, Vega 2300. Oy, oy, oy. The less said about those, the better. And there's a matching pair of Chevrolet Vega. My father actually had a Vega, a 72 wagon. It was a good car. I think he bought it for $50 out of somebody's backyard. He drove it for a year. Then I gave it to my sister, took it to college. She drove it for like 4 years. Never had a problem with that car. The engines, everyone says they burned oil like, the raid truck. Never a drop of oil. What happened to that car was the body rotted so badly, at some point, the windshield was falling out. So at that point, I had to get scrapped. But that was a good little car, believe it or not. Little Vega wagon. Oldsmobile emblem off a late 60s, early 70s Olds. This is... You got me. I don't know what that is. It's something IA. Beats me. I'm sure I'll figure it out. More Electra 225 stuff for you Buick big car guys. More of the Chrysler Imperial. This one I didn't wreck, but this one doesn't swivel, so I had better luck getting that one off. This is, the script emblem from the F-85 that I had the rockets off of. That's kind of cool. And again, it was a 61 or 2, I believe. You didn't see a lot of really old stuff like that in the junkyard when I was a kid, but, they did exist. Oh, this is Chevrolet, if I can find the other half. This was actually off of a Corvair. Put it together. Very few Corvairs at the junkyard when I was a kid. This was a 4-door early one, so pre-65. I remember this thing was, I was a kid. I used to steal things here and there. I mean, I didn't have any money to buy stuff, so this one I believe I stuck in up my pants leg in my sock to get it out. Somewhere along the line I broke it, but very cool. Here is the 9T from a 98. Anything with this? Nope. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it goes there or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but whatever. Who cares? This is off an old Barracuda, the pre-70 style. It's got the fish and a V8, so it was a V8 Barracuda. And again, for part number, guys, this one is a 2786 590 right hand, and there's a Chrysler Star, so you know it's a Chrysler. Duh, it's off a Barracuda. I know what it is. These are two reverse light escutcheons or housings for my 69 442. Why I have these, I have no idea. Here is a Barracuda emblem. Again, it's plastic, so it's 70 up. Once in a great while, you would find them in the junkyard. I can tell you a very sad story about that. At one point, I grew up in Melrose, Massachusetts, and I was muscle car happy. And when I was a kid, there was a guy driving around with a blue 70 Cuda with the old Superstock hood scoop, that humongous mailbox hood scoop they had on the Superstock Dodges and Plymouths. And one day in the junkyard, me and my brother found that car. Had just a short block in it, big block, 4-speed pistol grip, and the hood was up. And I said, this is the car with the big scoop, and under the hood, it was cut out, and it said shaker. It was a shaker hood. Some guy fiberglassed a big Superstock hood scoop on, and then ultimately junked the car. What a friggin' shame. I mean, today, that would never happen. But back then, it was just an old muscle car. Nobody cared. What a shame. Side marker light for something? I don't know. My 442? I don't really know. Here's reverse light lenses for my 442. Radio bracket or something. Let's find something more juicy. Here's a good one. Chevy guys would go crazy for this one. This is the Z28 emblem off a 74, I believe it was, 73 or 4 Z28. I vaguely recall this car. I want to say it was a 74. And again, nothing was left, just this emblem and not much else. People junk muscle cars, but they were wise enough to take certain things that were, valuable. Camaro emblem off a 70 to 72 Camaro, I think, 73 maybe. Cutlass S door emblem off a 68 or 9 Cutlass S. Hey, Mustang emblem off a 67 I rated Mustang, 289 with a little pony. Giddy up. Another Imperial emblem, missing the actual emblem part. I think it's an Imperial. No, it's a Ford, actually. It says Ford right on it. Wow, look at that. I wonder if it's off that marquee. Who cares? Pontiac emblem off the grill of, guess what? A Pontiac. I don't know what year it was. I'm going to go with 60s. Part number 786046. For you part number gurus out there. The other AMC 360 emblem off that Javelin. Ooh, a 390 Mustang emblem. No clue where I got this. Not a clue, but that's cool. 390 Mustang, wowee. There's a few of them around when I was a kid. Here's the other one. I don't know where I got these, but it's the real deal. Alright, Coronet. Again, no clue. 66, 67 Coronet is my guess, but evidently there was a Coronet in the junkyard, and my sticky fingers grabbed that. Here is the Cuda emblem of one of the various Cudas I found in the junkyard. There wasn't a whole lot of them, but there was at least this one and the other one, unless they were the same car. International Scout emblem. I do love Scouts. They are good, rugged trucks. They rotted like crazy, but they are great trucks. There is a 5 off of a broken 350 emblem I'm going to go with. The Park Lane emblem. That was a nice car. Another 225 emblem off an Electra 225. Ooh-wee, great stuff. Another broken part of 98, I think it is. The other 420 emblem off that 67 Catalina. There's a big Electra emblem off of, guess what that's off of. Ooh, here we go. GS off a 68 or 9, or even 70, 71, 72. I really don't know. I'm not an expert on these. Buick GS emblem off a Skylark GS, I'm assuming. I know the Riviera had a GS model too, and I think one year Wildcats did too, but I don't recall seeing those in the junkyard. Another dark GT emblem, this one bent in the center. which again, I have no remembrance of where I got it, but Mopar guys, you might be looking at it saying, oh, don't be a dunce, it goes with this car. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know. There's a rear end shim for the side of a carrier. This is off of an Opel, German Opel. Buick used to import them in the early 70s. This is the 4-speed plate off a 66 to 69 Olds 442 or Cutlass console. And how these work is the console had this plate built into as the console as part of the console with a 3-speed pattern. You know, this is a 4-speed pattern, obviously. The 3-speed pattern was built into the console. This mound was part of the console. So when a 4-speed was needed to be on the console, say, so you know, 3 speeds is standard transmission in the car. If someone ordered a 4-speed car, you would take that console, drill 2 holes in it, stick this emblem over it, and now it is a 4-speed console. It's very rare to find a 3-speed console that the holes haven't been drilled for this, but they are out there. I've seen guys online that have them, so that's what that's from. Anybody cares? Another SX emblem of my Cutlass SX, which again was a very cool car. Very, very cool car. I had no idea what it was when I bought it. I figured it out, and by then I had already destroyed it. Another Barracuda emblem. I don't know what year that was off of. I have no recollection. There's a radio plug for an old GM radio. Some random broken bits in here of 98 emblems. Some assorted junk. There is a bag here with more 442 emblems. I told you I had a bunch of 442. These again are 67 or 68. One is the trunk. I'm going to say it's this one because it's a smaller one. You see it's physically smaller. There is a difference, and the difference I told you was right here. You see how this has a raised centerpiece? You know what I mean? It's a solid line in the center. This one is an indent, if you notice. See what I mean? This one is recessed. This one is raised. I want to say one is 66 and one is 67, but it's been so long I can't remember anymore. I'm sure someone watching this is dying to correct me. It's probably writing already. Moron, it's as simple as blah blah blah. I don't remember. I've had a lot of Oldsmobiles. I know a lot about them. I don't know everything. I do forget things, so shoot me, sorry. Alright, these Oldsmobile guys are going to love. You can see already it says 442 on it. Back in the 80s, my friend Paul had a 1970 W30 442 he restored. It was rotted. It was a nice car, but it was rotted. So at one point he bought all brand new emblems from Barracuda Olds. And these are all the old emblems off his car. For some reason someone painted them red. I don't know why. He bought it off a friend of mine, so maybe my friend will watch the video and say, I painted those red. But there's the nose emblem. You see it has the bent 4 for the hood. You know, the center hood tooth. Here are the W30 emblems. Which again, someone might say, why are they sitting in the box? I can use them for my car. Wah. Hey, sorry. They've been sitting here, like I said, since the 80s. Something funny about this, if they're all from the same car, I wonder why certain ones are corroded. Like that one is rough. You know, this one's rough, that one's rough. I don't really know, but anyway, it's sets of emblems. Another red too. Somebody went wild with a paintbrush, I don't know why. Another corroded too. That's a nice 4. That's a nice 4. Anyway, you get the idea. It's 442 W30 off my friend's 70 W30, the real deal. Factory emblems. I don't know if there's something you want to see on them, like a part number. Let's take a look. Yeah, there is a part number. It looks like 403 479. This one's 406 479. Did I read that one wrong? Maybe it is 406. Yeah, 406 479. Okay, sorry. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of cool. This is the grill. I think it's grill of a 74 or 75 442. No idea where I got it. Part number 415864. I want to make sure I'm in the viewfinder because I don't watch back the playback and say, God damn it, I'm crooked again. So, Oldsmobile rocket emblem off of his door panel, maybe. I don't know why it's in that box. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool because these emblems, they reproduce them, but the OEM ones are crazy money. Yeah, these are OEM, but they're a little beat. I mean, that was possible. That one's got a little rust pit right there. This one's really nice. I mean, you could probably clean this thing up and repaint it. So, anyway, there's a few other trinkets I have here. These are posi tags. That one is the conventional GM, you know, off the bolt on the cover style. This one's kind of cool. That came off of I want to say it's a Chevelle. My friend had a Chevelle station wagon with a posi rear end, and that is the tag. It goes on the drain plug. It had like a washer built into the drain plug, and that was captivated under it, I think. It was weird, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I keep those on my workbench, just screwed to the front. So I think that's it for funny emblems. The only ones I have are these I bought for my Firebird. Now that I have the Sprint motor in it, I found this OEM one, you know, NOS rather, which is one side. And the other one, this guy had it. It looked kind of beat up. It's a used one, but it's in really good shape. I mean, the chrome is really nice. There's a couple of tiny little pits in it. But otherwise, it just needs to be repainted. The chrome is really nice. I mean, it's not all rotted to crap. It's got, again, little pitting in here, but, you know, these things are like $90 repro, so I just thought it was cool to actually find, you know, a matching emblem. They're opposite sides. You know, one is a 978-8228. This one is a 978-8227. So they're opposite sides, which, you know, for my car, I need them to put them on to make it look right, so... Anyway, that is it. I hope you enjoyed our little trip down memory lane. I just haven't done any videos in a while. I felt bad, so I wanted to give you some content. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See ya.